February 25th. And the first thing we'll do is order and roll call.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Beginning with Ken Hartsfield.
Here.
Vicki Good. Jerry Penland.
Here.
Peter Scanlon.
Here.
Charles Schrader.
Here.
Steve Stannard, for the record, is absent at this moment. John DeVoe.
Here.
And Jeff Watson is absent for today's meeting. Oh, Ellen? I forgot Ellen? Here. Thank you, Ellen.
Would you like to join us with the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 3. Are you going to run that, Sally? Election of officers.
Oh, yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just as an introduction, at the first meeting of each year, the Planning Commission will elect both a chairman and a vice chairman, and we usually typically start with nominations from the floor.
I nominate John DeVoe to continue as president of the board.
I nominate Jeff Watson as vice chairman.
I second.
Okay, do we have any other nominations? So far we have one for chair with Mr. DeVoe and Jeff Watson as vice chair. That's great. We can take those separately or both together. What's your preference?
Together.
Thank you. Then all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That was very congenial.
Succinct.
Yes.
Next item is the approval of minutes of December 14th. Anybody have any additions, corrections, changes, et cetera, et cetera? If not, need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the minutes from December 14th meeting.
Second.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay. Public hearing. Item A, PUD 15-001, Best Western Hotel at Gold Hill Square South, PUD extension. Request for a 2-year extension of the plan unit development PUD amendment granted on February 4, 2016 to February 4, 2020 for Building 6, Gold Hill Square South, PUD to construct a 70-room hotel located at 703, 717, and 719 Gold Hill Place with a legal description of lots 2 and 3, Pages subdivision, and lot 8, block 27, Highland Addition, as requested by William L. Page, manager member of the Gold Hill Square South LLC.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have just a very brief presentation regarding this extension, which the Planning Commission was involved in approximately 2 years ago. And so this is to request the extension to February 4th, 2020 for the 70-room hotel. And 2 years ago, that was approved on January 14th with the Planning Commission in 2016, and then the City Council approved the dimensional standards. In your, as an aerial of the project, the proposed hotel is outlined in yellow at Gold Hill South in Building 6. And it is taking an existing building and adding 2 stories of rooms to this building, as well as expanding the footprint ever so slightly, and converting the lower level into a parking garage, the main level that included the space that Goodwill was in, as well as the space that currently the Sherwin-Williams is occupying, will be all part of this future Best Western Hotel. The final development plan for the PUD is shown on the screen, and highlighted in yellow is the remodel of the new hotel, and shows the surrounding parking to this redeveloped site. This was in your packet for you to have attached to the site plan, attached to the staff report. Also attached to the staff report were the renderings and the elevations of the southwest and the north elevations. The bottom elevation shows the lower level, and then 3 stories of rooms, and then the main entrance is shown on the southwest elevation with this is approximately the area where Sherwin-Williams is right now. Also included in the staff report was a letter from Mr. Page that explained that he was having some issues with the relocation of Sherwin-Williams. So given that, it seems under the findings that this is a reasonable request due to the unexpected relocation issues with an existing tenant. We also look at whether there has been any changes in our development standards over the last 2 years that would cause this project not to be viable. However, that's not the circumstance. Conditions for this development remain unchanged, and standards remain unchanged. It still continues to be consistent with the comprehensive plan for the highest and best use of commercial property and a redevelopment project. It's also compatible with the surrounding uses and the development pattern. It's a logical development considering the infrastructure improvements and the surrounding services. It's in the best interest of the public health, safety, and welfare of our citizens and visitors, and would be a benefit to the community. So with that, staff recommends, based on the evidence provided this evening and in your staff report, that we recommend a recommendation to the City Council for the extension of 2 years. Mr. Page is here in the audience and is willing to share more information with you.
Would you like to say anything, Mr. Page?
I'd just like to ask your approval on this extension.
Okay, I don't think we need any rebuttal. Nobody else has come. But now we're going to go to discussion. Okay? Does anybody have any questions of the applicant?
Mr. Page, do you have any guesstimate of when this little impasse will be worked out with you and Sherwin-Williams, and when construction can start?
I'm not in a position to make any estimate on that. I tell you, Sherwin-Williams, at the time I started leasing for them 25 years ago, they had 2,700 stores in the United States and Canada. Now they have over 4,200. They have 4 real estate division managers to make final decisions. We worked with that department a few years ago on building a new store south of City Market, east of Rowdy's Auto. Went through that process and decided to approve in 2017. The division manager told me that his corporate direction he had received was that they were not going to focus on any relocations in 2017, only opening new stores. So dealing with the big corporate giant. And so when they make decisions like that, it trickles down. Woodland Park is not one of their big performers and so on.
So they were thinking about building a new store.
They basically, the prototype plan, we priced it all out in 2015 and 16. And then 2017, I think what happened, the reason corporate changed direction, I'm just guessing, because the economy improved. And it was time to build, not be messing around remodeling or relocating.
Thank you.
So I can make both predictions.
Anybody else have any questions, discussion? Okay, we'll open anybody sign up for the public hearing? Nobody signs up? Seeing that, we'll close the public hearing. Now we go to our discussion among us. Anybody questions, things you want to talk about? Okay, seeing none of that, I think then it'd be an appropriate time for a motion to approve.
I'll move that we approve the request for a 2-year extension of the PUD, Best Western Hotel at Gold Hill Square South, and have that extension go to February 4th, 2020.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Would you call for the question, please?
Yes, beginning with Ellen Carrack.
Yes.
Ken Hartsfield,
Yes.
Vicki Good, Jerry Penland,
Yes.
Peter Scanlon,
Yes.
Charles Schrader,
Yes.
and John DeVoe.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion passes.
Hope everything works out okay. Looking forward to that place. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Page. Okay. I think the next thing we have is reports. Do we have any reports by city planner?
Just to let you all know that we will not have our next Planning Commission meeting, so you'll have that Thursday night off. And then secondly, you do have the monthly report for December of 2017. This does do a total, year-end total for 2017, and perhaps what is most notable on the report is that there were 46 single-family residential units, ZDPs issued in last year. So the year before we had 26, and quite a jump over the last couple of years.
We used to have years where we had 7 or 9. It was under double digit.
Right, for many years.
Discussion and comment among ourselves.
I have a curiosity question, Sally. In the new Stone Ridge development,
Yes.
close to the school bus shed, as I call it, there is a huge ditch now. I don't understand. Have you seen that? Do you know what they're doing there?
I have not recently been out there, but they did have a issue with their grading, and so those plans went back to be revised. It was a bust in the design, so they are trying to remedy the design.
It doesn't look like a solution to me, but I'll let it go at that.
Well, they got started on it and realized this isn't correct, so let's go back to the drawing board. And they will be starting, however, the connection of the water line from Research down to Firestone Drive here soon in order to loop that water line.
Yeah, that's the grading for the road that goes into the Research Park Road. That's what they're grading out there, the road that goes in.
Well, I just don't understand
Oh, it makes
the
no
deep,
sense.
deep, deep ditch.
Oh, yeah, it makes no sense. They're going to have to haul in a lot of dirt to straighten that out.
I
You
was
can't
just
leave it like
curious.
that.
You know, Charles, that brings up a good idea. Perhaps we can pass that along as something that we asked, and at the next city council meeting, ask about that. Ask the council. That was a concern of ours, what's going on. Or you addressed it, don't say that we asked. I don't care, do it either way. I think that's something that ought to be brought up.
It's being remedied.
It's being remedied. Then maybe you can give a report back to Charles.
Okay.
If it rains, we won't have to worry about traffic going through there.
It'll be New River or New
Yeah,
Park.
exactly. It'll just stop. Bloop.
Anybody else on anything for the good of the order? No. Jeez. Okay. I'm trying to avoid this work session, but okay. I think what we'll do then is we'll have a work session. That's
Very
called-
brief.
Pardon?
We'll have a brief.
Discussion of possible amendments to the Woodland Park zoning regulations regarding exterior lighting. I wish Standard would be here for that.
That was our hope as well.
Well, then do you want to table it to the next meeting?
We certainly can.
Let's do that because that's his deal.
And
Okay?
He's our lighting engineer.
He
should-
is.
Yeah, he
Okay.
should be here.
That would be something that we could table to the next time.
Yep,
We certainly
I agree.
can.
Everybody
Yep.
consensus on that? Okay. Anything else you want to do?
No, sir.
He doesn't. He'd like to get home probably, wouldn't you? Okay. I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Adjourned.
Thank you.
That's a record. 7/6/17.